Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel. So today is day 6 of the Flats and Handwashing challenge, and it's the open topic prompt. I wanted to talk a bit about my biggest regrets with cloth nappying. So I'd say my biggest regret with cloth nappying is that I didn't start sooner. We didn't start with cloth nappies until my eldest Heather was 1.5. We were just put off by so many people. I had wanted to when I was pregnant. I had the idea to, and then without even it being brought up in conversation, my mum started talking about how she had tried to cloth nappy my sister and it hadn't gone well, and she had rashes and stuff, and it just put me off the whole thing. And then for some reason, out of the blue, it was after I started cloth pads, and I thought, hey, why not try cloth nappies as well? So yeah, but it was so much easier than I expected, and I wish we had started sooner. The second regret would be probably using disposable liners. I wish we'd just gotten fleece liners to start with. Shortly after we started cloth nappies, Heather had a horrible case of diarrhea, and I think it would have been less messy with fleece liners, because disposable liners tend to move around quite a lot. So yeah, I think it would have been a lot less messy with a fleece liner, because they just sort of stay in place. Like, the friction between the fleece liner and the nappy keeps it in place a bit better. Yeah, so fleece liners from the get-go would have been better. The third regret would be that I was sort of nervous about using flat nappies because of the folding process, and I didn't think I could get it like tight enough around. I mean, we'd used the muslin flat nappies. Yeah, we'd used these, but we'd always pad folded them. This is where I'm getting soaked here. We'd always sort of just pad folded them and put them in a cover or a pocket. And then we started to get boosters. Because Heather couldn't go overnight with just one of those, and it was a bit bulky to put 2 of them in. And then after a couple of months of having boosters and flat at night, we realised that wasn't enough for her either, and we invested in the Totspots Bamboozles night nappies, the fitteds. But if I'd been braver to just use Terry's in the first place, I would have just gone for Terry's for a nighttime solution, because they have been fantastic. We mainly use Little Pants Super P bamboo Terry's, and they are great. Like, we usually use the origami fold or the Pikmin fold for nighttime. Though this week I have fallen in love with the J fold, and I think it's the nappy bag fold, I think. And yeah, you just, use a snappy, get it around them. But yeah, if I just used Terry's from, it would have been 2008, yeah, around November 2008 was when we got the fitteds. If I'd have just bought the terries then, I mean, really, we didn't lose any money on getting the fitteds, but it was just the fact that, like, they take so long to dry, and we always seem to, like, be stressing about whether or not the night nappies were dry. Never had that with the terries. There's always, like, at least 3 dry. We have 6 bamboo terries and one cotton terry, and there's always at least 3 dry. Another regret would be that when we first started out, I just got what was cheap, and yeah, that's fine, but if I knew how easy and well it was gonna go, I would have just gotten stuff that I loved, like prints that I love. Like now I have you know, prints with Welsh tapestry on because I was born in Wales. I have prints with like balls of wool and stuff on. I have prints with Harry Potter references on, and it makes me happy to see those prints. Sounds sad, but it does. But they're from brands that are better quality than the ones that I started out with. The ones that I started out with, there's only like 2 prints that I really like. I wouldn't say love, I like them. But you know, we have them now. And they did get us to the point where we were like, oh yeah, we want to buy more. So they had their purpose. Like with the muslins flats, they were fine, and we're using them for the challenge. They do last like a couple of hours for Lily, but the terries are better, and the flats that we've just bought, I mean, they weren't available when we first started cloth nappying, but the flats that we've just gotten, the Bells Bums bamboo flats, are really good, and if they were available at the time that we got the muslins flats, I would have rather gotten the Bells Bums flats, but they weren't. But at that time I was kind of just going for what was cheap, so I wouldn't have ended up getting them anyway. That's a regret, just getting cheap stuff. And yeah, being afraid of terries. Another regret is just buying disposables in general. Even after starting cloth nappies, I'd buy disposable nappies just in case. Like, we still have some under the stairs now that we haven't even used. It's like a basically full packet. I opened it just to send some with Heather to my mum's when we were having Lily, because I didn't want to force my mum to do cloth nappies. Yeah, they're still like an almost full packet. But I regret buying them in the first place because disposables never agreed with Heather really anyway, and we've never used one on Lily, and it's fine. We don't need to use one on Lily. Yeah, just wish I never bought a disposable. I mean, Matt's mum bought us like probably 10 packs of disposables when we first had Heather. If we'd have just gone for cloth straight after those were used up, would have never needed to buy another disposable. And yeah, it kind of makes me cringe a bit at the thought of all of those in landfill, but obviously some people don't have the option of switching to cloth, but there are more and more companies every day that are using Klarna or lay-by or any other like interest-free installment payment service thing. So you just like pay, say, £10 here and £10 next month, £10 next month, blah blah blah. And it's a great way for you to be able to afford nappies if you can't straight away. But I definitely recommend the Bells, Bums, Flats, and you can easily put them inside a pocket if you just want to do pocket nappies. Because obviously pockets are easier when it comes to containment, I think. But if you're looking at overnight solutions, I would definitely go for a little Pants Bamboo Terry with a wool cover. Yeah, it's a good solution. I never realised how much I missed wool, but I love seeing Lily in wool again this week. And yeah, it's definitely a nice sight to see. Anyway, that's some of my regrets, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of the Flats Handwashing challenge, and thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.